Hi, I'm Dex Gelfand, and I'm here to talk about another aspect of my practice of therapeutic spiritual counseling. And specifically, what we're going to talk about right now is the casting of negative, destructive self-images on us by others. This is something we're not very conscious of, but we get some sense of discomfort around people sometimes, and we take on negative self-images that actually come from them. These are essentially three-dimensional holographic images. They have real substance to them, and on a less than conscious level, these are taken in. And these can make us lack in confidence, they can cause self-doubt, and they can make us find it difficult to be comfortable in our own skin. This goes on more frequently than you might think. Or when I mention this to you now, I wouldn't be surprised if it resonates with you, it rings a bell. And it's quite affecting. So what do we do about this? Well, I'm going to explain to you what you can actually do about that. It's pretty simple. First of all, take a good look at it. Take a good look at the image cast on you by somebody else that you relate with in some way. Somebody familial, intimate, hopefully not intimate, but it happens there too. Work-related, social, however, okay? And look at the actual image of you that they are imposing on you as being who you are to them. Take a good look at this. You'll see an image. You'll see a three-dimensional image. Look at the size. Look at the facial expression, the emotion coming out of it. Really examine the characteristics of this me that really isn't you. Look at the body language. Okay, that's the first step, is to thoroughly examine and understand. That will help you differentiate yourself from that three-dimensional self-image that's being cast onto you. Differentiation, that's the first step. Examine it, okay? Now, once this is done, this is not like other things that we can process. When I work with clients in sessions, we're processing the energies of the negative spiritual architectures, the bad energy clouds that we get enveloped in, and we basically digest these. We allow that energy to stream through us and express unresisted, but you can only do that with your own energy. You can't process somebody else's energy. That's for them to do. These negative self-images that are cast on us by others, it's not really yours to own in the first place. It's theirs. So once you complete this step of thoroughly examining the characteristics of this me that isn't you, that's cast on you by another, and all the characteristics of it, to differentiate and to identify it for what it is, the next step is to send it back to the person who imposed it on you. And rather than send, actually, a better word is just allow it to drift back to its creator, who is not you. You just let go of it, and specifically let it go back to where it came from. It's just that simple. And this may sound far-fetched. It may sound like, how do I do this? But you'll find you can just simply do that. And you can notice a point where it arrives back with the other person. Now, two things happen when this occurs. The more important thing for you is that you are going to feel the change. You're going to feel a sensation. You're going to feel a lifting, a lightness, an unburdening, like some weight that was on your shoulders is gone. It's a sensation that is palpable. And the hundreds of times that I've applied this with a client in session, it's always been a magical effect, a magical feeling. That's one effect. The other effect is that the person who burdened you with this, they're also burdened with having done this. And they themselves cannot take it back and be free of that misbehavior towards you until you allow them to have that image back. That's the other part of what happens there. And then they can process it, and then it no longer exists, and you can directly relate, and you are free of all the self-doubt inherent in that negative self-image. Now, to get the full effect of that, there are other steps involved. And for that, come to me, and I can lead you through all the steps involved. Part of this is actually for you to abandon the game of casting self-images yourself. It's not just one direction. But the amount of relief that can be felt in allowing these negative self-images that are cast on you from others to be gone is tremendous. It's quite a spiritual liberation. So I am here to provide the full effects of that for you. You can reach me through my website, dexsessions.com. But try it out for yourself. I think you'll be surprised. Then come to me for the full effects.